Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of Evan Ginzburgs Legends TV right here at Madhouse Studios live. I'm Evan's co-host, Steve Ludwig, and this week we're going to have laughs and music. A little later on, we're going to hear from comedians Kareen Ulano Firestone and Frank Prince. We're going to hear from the Lisa Palizzi Band, a lot of great music. And standing with me right now, you may recognize Nicole Marie LaMonica.
Hello.
Nicole, you have a show right here on Madhouse TV.
I do. On Tuesday nights, we have a show called The Gagoot Show. It's at 6 p.m. here on Madhouse. And we're going to have a really special episode next week, so please tune in. I don't want to tell you any of the details because it's that awesome. So tune in, 6 o'clock.
I know who's going to be on. It's going to be a great show. You definitely have to tune in for this one. How about some social media when people want to find you on Facebook?
You can follow me on Facebook at Nicole Marie LaMonaco. You can get me at Twitter at nlamonaco.com. I'm just new to the Twitter. That's what I'm calling it. And I'm on Instagram at Out of Sight, O-U-T-O-F as in Frank, S as in Sam, Y, T as in Tom, E17.
And Nicole is a very funny person. We were having some fun in the green room, and right now, to start our show off, she's going to show you just how funny she is. So everyone, Nicole Marie LaMonica.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay! What's up, everybody? So, it's getting cold out, right? You remember last winter when we had all those snowstorms? Well, my cousin, who's like a little special, he comes running down the stairs in the morning, right, with his little feety pajamas on and the little trapdoor back. He's going, yay, we got no school! I go, Danny, you're 48 years old. Why don't you shut up and go shovel the driveway, will you? Friggin' kid. But let's bring it back to summer for a second. Can we remember summer?
Yeah.
Right? How was your summer, everybody? Somebody yell out, how was your summer? Was
Excellent.
It good? It was good. Yeah, you had a nice summer? It's a stupid friggin' question. I mean, considering I'm not an ice cream man. If I was, though, they certainly wouldn't call me Mr. Softy, I'll tell you that. Oh, man. Anybody ever go out to Fire Island? If you've never been out there, it's a little vacation town with all summer homes. There's restaurants and there's bars. And the bathroom lines are usually horrendous. So what I like to do is find an abandoned house, take a look around, see nobody's looking. I pop a squat, doing my business. And all of a sudden, some lady comes out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, shit. So why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer. You know what? I got this. Selfie! Hashtag disturbing the pig. Oh, my God. You know who's the first person to like that picture on my Instagram? My mom. She's classy like that. She's always getting on my case, this woman. You know, she's like, when are you going to settle down? When are you going to find a boyfriend? When are you going to make me a grandmother? I say, Ma, dating today is more awkward than Whoopi Goldberg trying to walk in a pair of high heel shoes. It's not a good time, you know? But nonetheless, I tried the dating thing out. I'm on Tinder. If you don't know what that is, oh, it's a dating app on your cell phone that's eerily similar to shopping at the clearance rack at Walmart. Yeah, you're going, no, definitely not. What is this? I catch myself singing, to the left, I'm searching for a potential ex-boyfriend. I found one. Yeah, he was in his 40s. You know, we gave it a shot. He was in his 40s. And I said to him, you know, I think I want to get a Jeep Wagoneer. He goes, Jeep Wagoneer? The one with the wood paneling on the side? I go, yeah. He goes, that's so old. I go, yeah, and it didn't stop me from riding you, did it? I don't think so. You know, but I'm not into dating right now. I don't think I'll ever get married. But if I do decide maybe one day along the way I'm going to get married, I think women should be able to have more than one husband. I mean, think about it. Ladies, you got more than one man around to help do all the chores. Guys, you finally get to bang your brother's wife now. It's a win-win. You know, it's all good. But I'm not really into kids or having children either. That's not really a priority of mine. At my last family party, my cousin, who's like 13, comes over and goes, do you have Instagram? I go, yeah. He goes, can I see it? I go, all right. Little shit grabs my phone, goes, you have 748 followers? Have these people even seen your face? Thank you. Yeah, you're adopted. Why don't I want to have kids? Probably the same reason I don't want to have herpes. They ruin your sex life. You spend time and money trying to figure out ways to treat them, and you're still stuck apologizing for them your whole life. Yeah. You could have herpes for life. So anyway, I'm single, and I'm broke. I'm so broke that I can't even afford perfume. I buy air freshener because it's 3 for $5. Yeah. I use clean linen for when I have to go to work. I use cherry blossom for my girls' night out. Then I use woodsy cashmere right before I go to sleep, so at least it smells like I have a man in bed with me. Yeah, it's terrible. I suck at doing laundry. I'm terrible at doing laundry. I bring it to my mom's house because she's got a really nice machine, and she does it for me. I do the same thing with my dirty dishes. I bring them to my father's restaurant because he's got really nice Mexicans, and they do them for me. Yeah. So I've been working at my dad's place on and off here and there, right? And I got this little old lady. She comes over to me, and she goes, "You're never going to be successful unless you follow Jesus." I said, "I would follow Jesus, but I can't walk on water." And by successful, do you mean mounted to a cross? Because he nailed it. Yeah. I have a priest that became a regular of mine, too, at the restaurant. He comes in, he orders a scotch. This beautiful girl goes walking by to the bathroom, doing that bathroom strut. You know what it is, ladies, you do. And he looks at her, he looks at me, and he goes, "Holy tits!" I said, "Father, you're a man of God. You can't say things like that." He goes, "I could say that. God made those, and God forgives." I said, "You're the guy I want speaking at my funeral." Yeah, because when I go, I don't want to be put in the ground or, put on somebody's mantle. That's just weird. What I want is to be brought to a taxidermist so I can get stuff to look like this. That way my family's all screaming and yelling at one another, and my Aunt Marie asks for my opinion. "It needs more garlic, right?" I look like I never missed a beat. That's my time, you guys. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm going to put this back over here. The Good Show, Madhouse TV. Watch it, 6 o'clock. And thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you. Everybody will be back right after this. Thanks, Nicole.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
For nearly a decade, Evan Ginzburgs' Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
Brooklyn, baby, don't forget the gravy.
We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginzburgs' Legends Radio.
A great set by Nicole, and back again. I am still Evan's co-host, Steve Ludwig. I'm joined now on stage by a very funny man who we're going to talk to later on. We're going to interview Frank in a bit, but right now, to spread some good joy and cheer, Mr. Frank Prince.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I'm in therapy, for Christ's sake. You know, I'm sorry to say, Don Rickles couldn't make it today, so I'm here as his resemblance.
Yeah.
Well, the audience is there, but I got to look in the camera. You know, people say I look like Don Rickles. I said I know. I had Kenny Rogers as plastic surgeon. They even say I look like that guy from The Shield, remember? He played the Thing in the Fantastic Four, Michael Chiklis. They're right, I am Chiklis. Any single ladies want to date me? I'm available. Give the ball guy a break, really, really. You know these commercials are great. I'm going to go into attorney mode. You're thinking 1-800-Lawyers? You're wrong. Construction worker? No. I'm a custodian by trade, so I work in the senior center. Let me break that down for you. Basically, I clean toilets for a living. That's a crappy job. I call it a situation. Any plumbers in the TV land? Yeah, we need you people. Was it for you, we'd have no plumbers crack. We could do, feel free to laugh. Go move around the room, whatever you want. We could do a duet together. Thanks, Tommy. We could do a duet together. You know, remember that commercial back in the 80s? Brothers 3 Pools? My daddy makes them and my uncle sells them. You can't get that combo. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Brothers 3 Pools, that's right. We could do that duet. I'll pick Ray the plumber. R&F plumbing and cleaning. Ray could Ray could fix the toilets and Frank could clean it. And he also stocks the toilet paper. while you sit on the toilet. There you go. Because if you have no toilet paper, what would you do? Wipe it with. Back in the old days, dollar bills. So I work in the senior center. And, Friday I was at the center working, and I caught these two seniors, 75 years young, texting each other. And I says, wow, you're texting. Let's see what you got. So I want to see some abbreviations. I want to hear it. So they text me, LOL. I said, wow, that's so easy. It's laugh out loud. No, in this senior moment, it's called living on Lipitor.
Yeah.
Then they text me again. I said, let's see what else you got. All right, BFF. So, okay, best friend for life. No, best friend funeral. I says, you got another one? Yeah, ROFLCGU. I'm like, okay, you got me there. I'm not going to touch that one. Rolling on the floor, laughing, can't get up. At the senior center, you ever see that movie, Night at the Museum, where everything's resurrected at night? Senior center is resurrected. Never mess with their bingo or their coffee. That's a no-no. 20 years I'm working at the senior center because you need a full-time job. Comedy. People ask me how my comedy's going. I just say, just like my GPS, recalculating. Don't agree with me, Evan. Laugh. Yeah, okay. Where was I? Brain fart. No, it's all good. It was good. So I'm there 20 years, and one time out of my life, I got picked to call bingo. You know what that is? So I said, I'm going to have a little fun with them. So I'm there calling bingo, and I'm like, okay. I-16 came out. I said, I-61. We'll see how they are if they get it. I says, I-61. He says, no, it's I-16. I said, no, I-61. No, I-16. And I look up and I said, wow, you're so right. I can't help it if I'm dyslexic. That went down the crap. I was ahead.
Yeah.
Janine. Thanks, Tommy. And working there, I'm cleaning and mopping. Bill drops his tissue on the floor. And he's, Frank, come and pick up my tissue. I got to drop what I'm doing to pick up his tissue. But they gave me a nickname. It's just like this, It's like I'm working and they're saying, Cabana boy, spill on aisle 5. I'm not a custodian, I'm a cabana boy. Whatever they want, I'm at their beck and call. Then I'm wiping the windows one day. And this woman, Mary, comes to me. You're doing windows? You could come to my house. You could do windows, the blinds, you clean. And if you're a good boy, I'll give you milk and cookies. After that, you could have your way with me. I says, well, Mary, I'm flattered. Really, I'm flattered. But I can't have a sugar mama. I'm diabetic. Well, that's my time. Thank you. We're going to bring up Corrine Yolano. There you go. Come on up, Corrine. Okay, I'll keep talking. I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Evan and Steve, for having me on the show. It's great.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm glad you left. Okay, we're bringing up Corrine Yolano. She's on her way up to the microphone. We got this big studio. It takes a while to get here. By the way, this is an awesome studio. Like, okay, here we go. Thank you. Great job. Go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
First of all, my name is Corrine. Not everybody knows who I am, so I'll tell you quickly. I am a full-time mother. I work as a paralegal during the day, and I'm single. So what do your friends and family tell you to do when you're single? Internet dating. So I figured, okay, I'll try it. First guy I have contact with, he says to me, wear a shirt that shows some cleavage. I'm going to take you to Atlantic City, and we're going to go by limo. I said, okay, as long as you wear chaps that show some ass. Second guy, he meets me at a local place, and he says, yeah, I had 2 bourbons, and I rode my motorcycle here. I said, wow, that's great. And he said, stand up, turn around, let me see your ass. I said, why do you need to see my ass? He says, I need to see how it's going to look hanging off the back of my bike. I said, really? What kind of bike you got? A big wheel? You know, and now I'm back out there. It's not easy. And there's all these rules of dating, you know. Like him less than he likes you, and don't call him, let him call you, and always wear a shirt that shows some cleavage. At this point in my life, too, I have to say, I know what love is. This cartoon, when I was 13 years old, I used to cut them out of Newsday and hang them all over my wall, and I learned what love is. And I went out in the world, and I got married 3 times. Now I know what love isn't. Love isn't serving divorce papers on Thanksgiving. And love isn't having the car repossessed out of the driveway. And love isn't stuffing a dead fish into the transmission of the car. And boy, I really hated doing that. And after being married 3 times, I was thinking, you know what? It's too bad there isn't marriage insurance, right? But then I thought about it further, and I figured after 3 times being married, I probably couldn't afford the premiums, and I think that they would consider that I have pre-existing conditions. 3 of them. I have a daughter. That's the one really great thing that came out of my marriage. And when she was little, I bought her 2 male hamsters, okay? So we got them home. The guy promised they were male, got them home. All night, those hamsters were going at it. The next morning, I called the guy. I said, hey, you said these are male hamsters. He said, they are. Your hamsters must be gay. At that moment, I looked over at the cage. Sure enough, that cage was completely redecorated. And I think it was IKEA, because there was like wood everywhere. And chivalry, okay? Chivalry, right? Dead. You think it's dead, right? 2 weeks ago, I go in a bank. Nice young man holds the door. I said, wow, thank you. Chivalry is not dead. And he says to me, you know that band? And going back to my daughter, when she was little, I used to love to recite nursery rhymes, and Humpty Dumpty was one of my favorite. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, you know, right? Couldn't put them back together. She's completely devastated. I said, no, Jana, that's not how it goes. It's Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men for Jana put Humpty together again. And then they were really hungry, so they all went to the diner, and they had eggs. And I don't know what it is, but nowadays, texting, right? God forbid you call your 19-year-old on the phone. Instead of texting, you get this. What? You had to call me. You couldn't text me. like she's hiding in a foxhole for her life, okay? Never again. And I love my coffee. I'm addicted to coffee. I have to keep emergency coffee somewhere in the house. So I keep it right next to my emergency vodka. Just kidding. I don't have emergency coffee. And I don't know how much time you want me here. You want me here a few more minutes? 2 more minutes? Okay. I wanted to, is it possible for me to talk about an event that I have coming up, or you want me to just stick to the comedy? Keep it. On December 20th, I'm going to be having a charity event at KJ Farrell's. It's December 20th from 12 to 6 p.m. There's going to be a lot of great talent on hand. Lisa Palizzi will be there, and a lot of great performers. We're going to be collecting warmth for our homeless and almost homeless on Long Island. And I hope you'll be able to join us. And I don't know how much more I have for you, so I thank you. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
All new equipment, all new sets, exciting new shows for 2015, only on MadhouseTV.com. 2015 is coming, and so are exciting new shows on Madhouse TV. We're pouring more into what makes us so fun and different. All new sets, all new equipment, and more to enhance your viewing experience. It's a brand new year. Watch what happens on Madhouse TV.
to do a live commercial. Hi, I'm Renee Marie. I'm the president of Language of Love Incorporated Foundation. I'm really happy to tell you that we're going to be doing a Language of Love telethon on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please look for the location on my website, ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And the show will be hosted on the Madhouse TV. It really is important for you to be aware of strokes and aphasia. Strokes is the third leading cause of death in America and the first leading cause of disability. And it really is something that plays no favoritism. And it also really comes when you're not expecting. Nobody expects to have a stroke, and nobody expects to suffer from aphasia, and it really does make a huge impact in your life and change your life in one split second. So we look forward to having everyone join us once again on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can follow us on ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. Once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And we look forward to seeing you. God bless.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with Legends TV, and my co-host Steve Ludwig from Classic Pop Culture Radio. Tell us what you have doing with the show.
Well, hello, Evan. Well, we have this past Tuesday, everybody, we had a Beatles psychedelic freak out. All right, we had all psychedelic music. Tommy Marr, I'll bet you would get into this, you know, flashback to the 60s, but it was a 70-minute medley I put together of some of the coolest, weirdest Beatles stuff. This Tuesday on PlanetLudwig.com, by the way. This Tuesday coming up, we have the founder of Herman's Hermits. Now, they're a band from the 60s. They did I'm Henry VIII, Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter. And they were right, Tommy, they were #1 in the world for years.
Wow.
And Carl Green is the founder, and he's the original bass player. He was even in the band before Peter Noon was in. So
Where did he find them? Ba-dum-bum.
No, but seriously, folks.
Yeah.
We have Carl Green and I love horror. Tommy's being a wise guy. I have a horror novelist, Dino Sands. He's written 7 horror novels. He's on his 8th, and he's got a lot of great stories to tell. But that's on PlanetLudwig.com.
Inevitably, horror people are very warm and laid back and fun, ironically.
Yeah,
right?
You're right, Evan. It's like their alter egos take over on the pages. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's PlanetLudwig.com.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So we just had 2 great comedy sets. Actually 3.
Yeah.
But one of our comedians dashed out the door. So anyway, so what's doing, Frank? Tell us about your show.
My show on Madhouse TV, the Frank Prince Show. It's on Saturdays at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
And your show is not strictly comedy. You have singers and all kinds of guests.
Anything goes on my show.
So
I don't put a label on it.
So tell the viewers a little about it.
Well, it's whatever you want to watch, you're going to see. I got comedians, singers, inspirational stuff, everyday people. You know, people been ringing my phone saying, "When are you going to have a celebrity on your show?" Yeah. You know what? We're all celebrities. Everything's a label. I give back. I want people to experience it. I'm going to have a few guests come in and watch a show live. You know, It's just a great feeling just doing this.
And I'm going to throw this out to both of you. We've had a lot of comedians on the show, and generally, they tend to be younger. Is there ageism in the comedy business?
There's ageism.
Because there certainly is in the music business, that's for sure.
Well, they're getting a lot of gigs, you know. When you get up there in age, if he's got it, it's the following. If you have a tremendous following, no matter what age you got, you'll get booked.
Okay. And tell us about some of the highlights in your career.
Well, I'm having a lot of fun, that's for sure. Life is stressful, so get out and make music at night or get out and do some comedy. And
so you sing also?
Yes. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I play music, I play guitar, and that's my fun. And Frank and I met through Stand Up University.
Okay.
And
All right, so I have a big question.
Go ahead.
Be honest.
go ahead.
Can comedy really be taught, or do you have to have it in you? I'm sure Richard Pryor didn't go to a comedy school.
Absolutely. But it's like anything. I think you have to have a natural talent or a natural creative side or enjoy performing. And then you can perform in lots of different ways. If you're a naturally funny person, then of course you can go take a class and it's going to fine-tune certain methods and things like that.
So all in all,
but you need talent. You need
So all in all, you would recommend the university?
Absolutely. It was a
Interesting.
great experience. And I met a lot of great people. So
Interesting.
Did you guys grow up in a funny household? Were your parents always joking around? And could that have had something to do with your love of comedy?
I was so shy. I was a strict household, and all my years I wanted to be a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
And I got out and did it.
Good
you
for
know?
you. How about
When
you,
I
Tony? Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Frank. I cut you right off there.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Anyway,
Go, Corinne, go ahead.
it wasn't very funny at all, my household. I think that my being funny was a way of trying to cheer everybody up or make light of the dysfunctional home that I grew up in, actually.
Wow.
So I remember doing goofy, crazy things all the time just to try to lighten up.
Probably a great source for material, too.
Yeah, but I like to try to protect the innocent. So when I
Yeah.
do comedy, I don't really drag in. There's plenty of people and situations that I would love to poke fun at, but I
It's
choose
interesting.
not to.
It's interesting you mentioned the word dysfunctional because Richard Pryor, he grew up in a brothel. His grandmother ran the brothel. His mom was a prostitute. His dad was a pimp. And, he grew up with a lot of pain. And many times comedians have that, painful background and stuff going on inside them. What's your take on that?
Well, that's when I became a singer-songwriter at like 9 years old.
Wow.
I guess I knew kind of what was going on in my house, and then my dad picked up and left and just abandoned my family at 15 years
Wow.
old. So a lot of my music, I think, comes from the pain that I experienced, a lot of my writing.
Interesting. Marvin Gaye, who was as great a musician as anybody that ever walked the earth, a lot of his songs came from, true love, but a lot of his songs also came from deep pain.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Some writers write better from pain, some write better, when they're happy and love. What's your take on that?
I've written about both.
Both.
Love, loss, everything.
So as a single comedian, is any date potential material, like Taylor Swift when she massacres her ex-boyfriends in songs?
Again, I try to protect the innocent. I did have 2 guys tell me this year that I'm fat. I've been trying to reduce.
Oh, come on, that's
I've been trying to
ridiculous.
reduce the problem, but
Yeah.
I can't seem to get rid of them. I just
Right.
so we'll
It's
leave them out of it.
It's interesting how things shift in life. I was always the single guy, and all my friends were married. Now all my friends are divorced, and I'm married. So I see things from both sides. And many times, whether my friends are male or platonic female friends, I'm like, I'm glad I'm not out there dating. There's just a lot of assholes,
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Like the cleavage story is true. Never met the guy, wear a shirt that shows some cleavage. Okay.
I'll tell you a horror story. A female friend of mine, she goes on a blind date, and the guy texts her from across the room. He goes, I saw you, you're not my type. And he never actually said hello. The guy walked out. I mean, to me that's cruel. That's just, there's not, I mean, we're laughing, and I'm sure she'll laugh in hindsight at some point. But when you're going through that kind of rejection, I'm glad I'm married. I never thought I'd say it because I was always terrified to get married, but I finally did later in life, and for the most part, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you learn? Everything has pluses and minuses. Everything has pluses and minuses.
No doubt.
And marriage is no different, and being single is no different. But I'm kind of glad I'm not out. Steve's been married like 400 years, right? How long you married?
Well, it'll be 35 in April.
35
Yeah.
years.
Yep.
Wow.
But like you were saying, I mean, when I was single, this I'm sure applies to everybody. You had good days and bad days when you were single as well.
Sure.
It's, you have good days and bad days in life, but it's so much better to spend it with somebody
But
who
you
can
know
go
what?
through them with you.
When I had a blind date and there was no chemistry and the woman may have not been particularly attractive to me, I was always polite. I always sat down and had a meal. Why be hurtful to somebody? I mean, seriously. That's what gives guys, you always hear like all men are dogs and, stuff like that gives us a bad reputation because there are decent guys out there.
Yes.
I mean, I know guys who have never cheated on their wives, like Steve. I know guys who have never cheated on their girlfriends. So the all men are dogs thing, that actually irritates me because I know exceptions to that. I mean, there are many guys who are dogs, but you can't make blanket statements with anything. I mean, it takes two to tango. Two to tango. There are women sleeping with married guys. There are women cheating on their boyfriends. It's not always the guy's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, right? Right. This is like four mature adults having a conversation. Being honest, it's nice.
Honesty is always the best policy.
No, really. I mean,
Sets you free.
You know what I tell to my platonic female friends? I'm like, don't jump into bed with the guy. Get to know him. Get to know him. Really. Go out on a couple of dates and talk. And, it's like, you kind of, when you meet somebody, you kind of have like this blank canvas and you're instilling what you want in that person. And that might not be who that person is. Oh, the guy's good looking. The woman's pretty, blah, blah, blah. But you don't know somebody really until you live with them. But that's really when, the litmus test.
Karina, I have a question for you. I know your daughter's watching as well, so you can answer this very delicately. But just generally speaking for women, if a man were to go out with a woman and didn't kind of make an aggressive move, would the woman tend to think, gee, what's wrong with me? Why didn't he? Or would they prefer just having a nice gentleman first date?
I think it depends on the woman.
Yeah,
I
sure.
would be very happy if he didn't make any aggressive, or approach me that way, especially on a first date, second date. Like you were saying, you need to get to know somebody, and intimacy is something that grows out of getting to know somebody.
You were talking about rules before, and I always think that stuff is ridiculous. But I remember when I was single, if by the third date I didn't make a move, they would be like, is he gay? Is he not interested? And I'm like, why can't you get to know somebody? Why is that a negative instead of a positive?
I think it's a respect thing. I think it's a great thing. I think infatuation, comes and goes, whereas if you build something over time and you get to know somebody, at least then you're more comfortable. So
I think, too, if you get to know someone, you do build up that trust.
Right.
When, intimacy.
You need intimacy,
yeah.
right? You need
You
to
need
trust.
to trust first.
I also think as you get older, sex isn't the be-all and end-all either. You want somebody that really cares and, that would be there for you in bad times as well. And
Yeah. I remember early on, Evan, in our marriage, we went to just a group counseling, which all with the church. We got married in the Catholic Church, and everyone had to go to this group counseling. And the priest told us, he said, you're all gaga crazy in love with each other now. And he said, but as the years go on, you're going to become more deeply in love. And you're not going to have that gaga teenage love feeling. He said, that doesn't mean you've fallen out of love. You've just fallen more deeply into love. And there's so many different levels to love.
let me just say something. This is not meant to be a plug. This is Steve's book, See You and CCU. They broke your ribs, cut your chest open, and you were sick for a long time, and your wife stood by you.
Yes.
Not every girlfriend's going to do that. Your wife stood by you, she would do it again if need be, and that's something special.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a recovering alcoholic too, and she stood by me with that as well. Yeah. So you talk about where are you going to find a person like that that's going to put up with you at your lowest, and just stay with you. You're right, Evan. I'm very lucky.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know my wife would do the same. I mean, I know it. And it's not something you find every day. So it goes beyond attraction. She's hot, he's hot. As you get older, it should be deeper than that, really.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I think you need to, in order to have love, you need respect, mutual respect and self-respect, and you need honesty. And you need trust, and you can only develop those things over time.
I have a friend for you.
Oh, that would be great.
No, seriously. I have a great single friend for you.
Oh, I'd love that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get out of the no man's zone.
So let me ask you an honest question.
Sure.
Seriously. I have single friends who are very attractive, in shape. I have single friends who may be average-looking guys who do not have a six-pack of abs. Is it, at what point do women stop chasing the bad boy and go, okay, this is a guy of character, he's not flawless? I mean, I see women 50-ish still chasing jerks. I mean, what's your take on that?
I'm not about the six-pack,
Okay.
basically. I'm about the long haul, finding a friend, a best friend, you know, someone to share everything, like you were saying. And I'm not interested in the bad boy. I don't date men younger than me. I have certain rules that I, you know, stick with. Yes, there has to be chemistry, though. I mean,
of course,
you know,
of course. Yeah,
I'm
no
not about
doubt.
the six-pack, but
No doubt.
I have to be able to look at the face, or at
Right.
least, you know.
You wouldn't date the thing with two heads, Rosie Greer and Ray Milland.
Oh.
That's an old movie. Steve's a horror guy.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe Ray Milland's head, but
Okay. Anyway, guys, we must wrap this up. Please give out your social media. And
Frank Prince on Facebook.
you looked at me befuddled, like you didn't know what social
No,
media was.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be in reality mode.
Okay.
You know? 'Cause reality mode. Frank Prince on Facebook. And right there. That's the camera. There's 3 cameras, so I'll pick to the one to the left. Okay.
Okay.
Frank Prince on Facebook.
Okay, and
there
you-
you go.
Okay, Corrine Ulano Firestone on Facebook. And I'd like to, again, just remind everybody on December 20th, if you can come down to KJ Farrell's from 12 to 6 and bring the gift of warmth. It can be gloves, mittens, scarves, hats, socks. We'll take coats. Everything will be dry cleaned for free. Shoes, for Shoes for All. We'll be collecting shoes, gently worn, new, trying to do as much good and give as much warmth to all of the people on Long Island that really need us to come together now and do good things. I love doing good things. So.
There you go.
Good for you.
There you
Come and
go.
do it with us.
All right, all right. We will be right back with more of Legends TV, always an eclectic mix. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, GMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with the one and only Madhouse TV. You are the man.
Nova's Rockin' Inc. MC with Madhouse TV present Rockin' Madhouse event in association with CNC Spirits and Wines. Sunday, December 7th. Doors open 5 p.m. The premiere of Mick James at Revolution Music Hall in Amityville, New York, and Club Loaded. Special guest Tang featuring Denny Colt and Bonnie Parker, also featuring Fractured Smile. Come meet alternative model and TV personality Kitty Crystal and Long Island's own Alicia Ray. Also meet the hot woman of Armageddon. Come hang with Ink Master Jay Blondell and the internet's newest social media, Tales of the Tap. Ladies, come get crowned Miss Rocket Inc. MC and appear on shows as co-host. This event will be filmed live and aired on Rockin' Inc. MC on a later date. Advance tickets $12 at clubloaded.com and check rockinincmc.com for other locations.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
For nearly a decade, Evan Ginzburgs' Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy. We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginzburgs' Legends Radio.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Guys, ready for the show? Yeah. Enjoy.
And we are back with Legends TV, and we are joined by the Lisa Polizzi Band. And Lisa, update us what's been happening with the band since the last time you were on.
Things are going pretty good. We were in Good Times Magazine
Okay.
and Aces Magazine. That was nice. I think we played 89 North since we've been here. I don't know if that was the second one we played there or the first one, but we've played there. Yeah, so things are going really good.
And introduce us to everybody again.
Rick Ventura, guitar.
Okay.
Claudio Galinsky on drums. And the mighty Vic Palermo on bass.
There you go. There you go. And I was at a George Clinton P-Funk show yesterday, and Michael Hampton, Kid Funkadelic, was doing Maggot Brain. Have you ever heard a better guitar solo than that?
No.
There you go.
That's the only one I've heard.
Okay. All right, all right. So what do you have coming up for us?
Coming up, we have, on Friday, we're going to be at the Crooked Rail. The following Friday, we're going to be at Katie's with the Pamela Betty Band. We're both on the same show. And the Crooked Rail, we're on with another band called The Alternative. I'm actually going to be at a benefit tomorrow doing some acoustic stuff with a friend of mine at Even Flow. It's a benefit for Angela's house.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be doing that.
So we have different artists doing things for charity, which is beautiful, beautiful, especially in the holiday season. And what are some highlights of the career? Vic, you've been out there a long time. What are some of the highlights of the band and yourself? And
Well, definitely playing 89 on the big stage was really, really great for us. We've been working lately on some original material that we're still in the process of putting together. We did our first real session of hashing stuff out, and it's really coming along well. And we're going to be unveiling that very soon. The magazines, Good Times, we had a nice 2-page spread there. Aces magazine, we had a nice 2-page spread there as well. You know, and the band is just getting more and more popular. You know, people are coming to see us. They're talking about us. The shows are getting tighter and tighter every time we go out, and the band's just tremendous. You know.
And since you mentioned original material, how important is it for a band to avoid that stigma of cover band and have originals?
Well, I don't think it's so important to avoid the stigma of covers. I think it's just a matter of what we do. We take the way we do covers, we approach them as if they were originals.
Good.
So we'll take a cover, like today we're going to do a couple of tunes. We do them our way, We funk them out, we rock them out. I'm sorry?
We have no respect.
We have no respect. Basically, we take the record, we say, okay, this is the record, and toss the record, and just go ahead and do, But as far as the original material, what we'd like to do is mix it in, with what we're doing now, and then as things progress, we'll see where it leads us. At this point, it's hard to predict.
And who are some of your musical influences? I'll throw it out to everybody.
Well, the usual Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and for Horace, that's probably all the Pat Benatar and the great singers. I think we all come from that same school. I'm from Argentina originally, but I grew up listening to that kind of music. So we all fit, I think, the same vision, and we all understand the same music. So we all put our senses into it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
I think we feed it from each other.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, and it's a lot of the.
We spoon feed each other.
Yeah. I think, and also what happens,
Maypole.
we start a song, and this song takes its own life, and Lisa goes in, and we allowed ourselves to jam a little bit and put our own voice. I think that's something that I found with the four of us do all the time, and I think it's very exciting because it happens just right before your eyes, and I think the audience captures that. It's not a scripted, you know what I mean? So I think that's the most valuable thing that we can offer to somebody. It's very spontaneous.
Some of my favorite artists, Sun Ra, Art Ensemble of Chicago, George Clinton, P-Funk, and these guys, they don't know from one minute to another what they're going to do, and that's what makes the magic.
Yes, yeah.
So,
yes. I think that's what we transmit, and mostly.
That's got to be fun for you guys as
Oh,
well.
it's a ride.
It's a lot
You
of
never
fun.
know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we'll be up there and something will happen and we'll all start cracking up. And what initially starts as a mistake becomes, something new. In a different direction.
Right.
And I was approached one time after a set, and they're like, I forget which song it was, but how long did it take you to put that together? I said, well,
It just happened.
It just happened.
You saw it,
That just
So
happened.
what I'm going to offer to you guys, you're going to do a 20 or so minute set later. You guys do whatever you want, just like a P-Funk show.
Okay.
Vic, during the 20-minute set, if you want to do an 18-minute solo, feel free.
Don't say that because he will take it. He closes his eyes and he will take it.
Actually, we're going to step away from our instruments and we're going to have you come up and play.
Oh yeah, right. I'll do like some way out poem in the middle of it all. George does that. George does that at his show. All of a sudden he's doing poetry.
Marcel might be nice too. Your
That's right.
your little pantomime, Evan.
There you go. There you go.
And I'll bang on the bongos.
So anyway, we're going to cut this short so we can hear you play longer. Please give out any social media or anything, any upcoming gigs, whatever you like.
Reverb Nation is probably the best place to look because it has all the social networks all linked onto that, so that's probably the best. But you can look us up on YouTube and Facebook.
And spell your last name. Spell your last name, Lisa.
Polizzi.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if everyone doesn't mind, it's not Paluzzi or Pelosi. It's Polizzi.
Yes.
There you
Okay,
go.
we got like the Lizzie, like Thin Lizzy.
Yes.
What about Thin
Well, if it makes you
I'm
feel
done.
makes you feel any better, my name's Evan. I get even.
Oh,
Evan,
yeah, of course.
we all deal with this.
Yvonne.
Steve's easy. Steve's easy, right?
And my name is also.
There you go. Ba-dum-bum.
Took me a minute.
Unless it's Steve.
Anyway, folks, we're going to be right back with these great, great artists in a 20-minute set. Don't you dare go anywhere.
We're going to do a live commercial. Hi, I'm Renee Marie. I'm the president of Language of Love Incorporated Foundation. I'm really happy to tell you that we're going to be doing a Language of Love telethon on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please look for the location on my website, ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And the show will be hosted on the Madhouse TV. It really is important for you to be aware of strokes and aphasia. Strokes is the third leading cause of death in America and the first leading cause of disability. And it really is something that plays no favoritism. And it also really comes when you're not expecting. Nobody expects to have a stroke, and nobody expects to suffer from aphasia, and it really does make a huge impact in your life and change your life in one split second. So we look forward to having everyone join us once again on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can follow us on ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. Once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And we look forward to seeing you. God bless. We're going to do a live commercial.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Nova's Rockin' Inc. MC with Madhouse TV present Rockin' Madhouse event in association with CNC Spirits and Wines. Sunday, December 7th. Doors open 5 p.m. The premiere of Mick James at Revolution Music Hall in Amityville, New York, and Club Loaded. Special guest Tang featuring Denny Colt and Bonnie Parker, also featuring Fractured Smile. Come meet alternative model and TV personality Kitty Crystal and Long Island's own Alicia Ray. Also meet the hot woman of Armageddon. Come hang with Ink Master Jay Blondell and the internet's newest social media, Tales of the Tap. Ladies, come get crowned Miss Rocket Inc. MC and appear on shows as co-host. This event will be filmed live and aired on Rockin' Inc. MC on a later date. Advance tickets $12 at clubloaded.com and check rockinincmc.com for other locations.
For nearly a decade, Evan Ginzburgs' Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy. We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginzburgs' Legends Radio.
page and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead, sell me out and I'll lay your ship bare. See how I leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I would do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you hide my heart inside of your hand, and you played it to the beat. Baby, I have no story to be told, but I heard one on you and I'm gonna make your head burn. Think of me in the depths of your despair. Make it my home down there, cause mine sure won't be shared. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you hide my heart inside of your hand, and you played it to the beat. Could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you hide my heart inside of your hand, and you played it with the beat. Roll your soul through every open door. Count your blessings to find what you look for. Turn my sorrow into treasure gold. Pay me back in kind and reap just what you sow. We could have had it all. We could have had it all. Never had it all. It all. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you hide my heart inside of your hand, and you played it to the beat. Could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you hide my heart inside of your hand, and you played it, you played it, you played it, you played it to the beat.
Thank you. Thank you, Madhouse.
Your love is like a tidal wave, spinning over my head, drowning me in the promises that are left unsaid. You're the good kind of sinner to don't you mess around with me. You're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, don't you mess around with me. You're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, don't you mess around with me. You're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, heartbreaker.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Tommy. Kareem, Frank, Jimmy. When you were here before, would I look you in the eye, just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like air in a beautiful, so very special. I wish I was special. Put on my cream. I'm a weirdo. What am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. I wish I was special. You're so very special. Put on my cream. I'm a weirdo. What am I doing here? I don't belong here. Running on a whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a what am I doing here? Tommy Marr for this next one.
It's going to be sick. Stay tuned.
What's up, Lisa? You sounded great, man. Let me tell you. I was just telling my man over here that your voice, you've really learned to control your voice. Amazing, amazing. Really good. What are we doing? Uh-oh. All right, let's go.
Well, you been coolin', baby, I've been coolin'. Well, I'm gonna send ya back to schoolin', way down inside. Wanna give it to me, huh? Wanna give you my love. Wanna give you my love. Wow! Want a whole lot of love. I want a whole lot of love. I want a whole lot of love. I want a whole lot of love. You've been learning, oh yeah, baby, I've been learning. All the good time, baby, I've been, way down inside, honey, you need, I'm gonna give you my love. I'm gonna give you Wanna be your backdoor man. Hey, yeah. Hey, whoa. Hey, whoa. You. Keep it coolin', baby. Keep it coolin', baby. Keep it coolin', baby. Keep it coolin', baby. I want a whole lot of love. 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 Oh, give me that love. Give me the love. Oh, give me the love. I want a whole lot of love. All right. Nah, nah. Oh, oh. I want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love. I want a whole lot of love. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I want a whole lot of love. I want a whole lot of love. I want a whole lot of love. I want a whole lot of love.